to the next destination. At Beacon, we've given our 50-plus drivers more value and greater convenience with hassle-free sign-up, flexible payment plans, and free benefits. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com for a quote today. And let us help you keep doing what drives you.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
The views expressed in the following program aren't necessarily those of Power 95.
And we're up and running one more time. Good morning, everybody. Let me just share this quickly. Hold on, let me just share this. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Come on in, guys. Come in the room. Those of you already here, good morning. All right, there we go. Yeah. I swear these chairs, each and every one of them have the squeaking sound. I don't know what y'all be doing on these chairs. There's nobody that's like really heavy in here, so I don't know. And they are not so, they're very new. For some reason, they're all squeaking. We need some oil or something. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is Monday, January 8th. Another day above ground. Thank you so very much for gracing me and, of course, Power 95 with your presence. Could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here. So for that, thank you. Welcome back to the show. Good morning. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Shante. Good morning, Kadena. Good morning, Ardon Kujo. Good morning, Kizzy. Good morning. What are my specs? Yes, Stacy, back to the locks. Yo, I don't know how y'all do it with those wigs and weaves. Those require too much maintenance. Like, you have to wet, you have to spray, you have to... I ain't got time for that. I just want to get up in the morning, shake my hair, and leave. I literally have to spend like 10 minutes every morning wetting and combing and brushing and... I'm not about that life. I can do it on and off, but to do this every day, it's like... Morning, Derek. Morning, Julianne. Linda Pearl, good morning. That's a day work. Y'all ever stop and think that weaves and stuff and wigs, they are really time consuming and also expensive? How do y'all do it? Like, and there are folks who like change their wigs or weaves at least every month to get a good quality wig, good quality human hair and not mixed with anything. You're talking like in the 300 going up the road, US. Like a good quality bundle of hair or good quality wig is like 300 plus US going up the road. And y'all do this like every month? I can't. I'm sorry. That's the reason I went to locks in the first place, because I was a wig head, a weave head. And when I sat and calculated the amount of money I spent on weaves, yo, I could have opened a small business. I'm telling you. Because literally every month you either change it, you make a new wig, or you get new weave. Like every month, every 2 months. Sometimes for the year you probably change 2 to 3, not 2 to 3, about 4 or 5 wigs or weaves, you know? It's a lot of time. And the worst part of it, I started doing this. I'm like, nope, time to take you off. Because when my hair, not that I For some reason, I don't know. My hair don't itch like my natural hair don't itch, and I'm telling you, it's like from the time I put on that wig, it's like there was fire under my scalp. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know what it is, but when my hair already thick and the way it was braided under that thing, I had to take like a long the comb with the long end and literally be sticking this under this wig and like be like trying to find that spot to itch. Like this weekend isn't taking me I'm not about to have this thing in my head on this weekend for this week to be going through that struggle. No, it was nice while it lasted, but what sounds those GP Peters have in pocket money in them? Somebody have to be paying for those weaves and wigs, and I know y'all ain't doing that. Island Daddy, Ogo, pick up yourself. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Marlene. Lovely Mark. Good morning, Casey. Sonia Patrice Alexander. Good morning. Samuel, how are you? Hope you're behaving for 2024. Casey, you think you take it on credit a higher purchase? I don't know what it is, but it's expensive to maintain. Good morning, Listra. Moisha, their wig is a money making it is. It is. But I'm telling you, I don't know how y'all do it, but I can't. I'm sorry. I when I took that thing off my head yesterday, I was like, oh, I was like, hallelujah. I was like, thank you, Lord. I couldn't do it. I swear, I couldn't do another week. It was nice, but morning, Shauna. That's why I'm a blonde baldy. Nah, you just shake and go. Shake and go. I'm telling you, last week for the week I had this on, I literally spent almost 10 minutes out of my time in the morning having to spray and brush and comb through this thing to make sure that it has a nice wavy look. But Casey, no, I don't. I don't know, maybe I'm accustomed, but people always ask me that if I get paint. My hair is only heavy when it's like wet, but other than that, it's not really. If it's wet, yeah. Morning, Maria. Anyways, let's get down to the meat of the matter. Where's everybody this morning? Could y'all just share up the live a little bit? Did I, Bungie? I didn't even share the thing and I'm talking about audience share. I need y'all to share this live because I'm gonna do this every Monday. If you can't achieve it, weave it. Samuel. Colorama, where have you been? I haven't seen you for a minute. Like you've been busy. Come on in and share the live, guys. Anybody that's celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. If you're celebrating life like I am, even better, you know, because on the weekend, I swear, just going through social media left me depressed, you know. On Friday, I attended the funeral of a family member, and I want to big up Pastor Devon Roche. I've never had the opportunity to sit in on any of his sermon or whatever the case might be, but that was my first time, and I must say, wow, I felt compelled, like if I have to go back, you know, because you felt like, ooh, from the singing to, you know, the preaching, you felt something. It wasn't just this monotonous, and God said you must not do this, and God says you must not fornicate, and you shall burn in the depths of hell. It was filled with fire and energy. It was relatable, you know, and that is what I've been looking for, and that is why I haven't been to church in a minute, because you sit there and I can tell you, like every Sunday it's like, wow. It's like you want to sleep. When you go to church, you should feel powered up and energized, and you know, you should feel the spirits. That's how church is supposed to be. You sing and you fellowship, and you know, you forget. For 1 minute, I forgot, you know, the somber nature of the event. It was a funeral, laying a loved one to rest. But it was so filled with energy and vibrancy that you didn't feel this. The entire, you know, ceremony wasn't like one that made you feel like down and depressed, Because that's one of the reasons I kind of avoid funerals unless you're very close to me or I know you. I can't just go to funeral because I know of you. I have to be like, because it's just so somber, and let's celebrate the life of that person. And that's what I felt like. So I want to big up Pastor Devon O'Shea again. Really, really good. What? The sleeping and snowing? Yeah, I heard that you guys have been snowing out there in the US. Well, whatever. Y'all will get the message at some point. Now, like I said, on Mondays I wanna do this piece called Talk Truth Monday. Whatever is trending, we're gonna use Mondays to elaborate a bit on it, and put our own spin on it. And what I want to put my spin on today is something that I found to be very disturbing and very distasteful, to say the least. Before I go there, though, have you guys seen that Cat Williams interview? Listen, I looked at that last night and I didn't know dude was so intelligent. He is hilariously intelligent. And it's not like he doesn't come across as trying too hard. He's just naturally hilarious, but also very intelligent and very deep. I was listening, and one of the things that he said, a matter of fact, there are some gems he was throwing out that I actually, apart from the other people, business and name calling and calling out folks in the industry, he said a couple of things that I took note of. And one was, the truth don't need motivation. Another thing he said is, nobody knows why liars lie. And the third thing that I took advantage of is, that I took note of, anything that takes your free will is the devil. That is deep. Anything that takes your free will is the devil. Cat Williams, your energy is what I'm going to continue this year with. That energy is what we needed to start the new year. Stand on business, none of the shade throwing. And it seems as though Jada Kingdom is capitalizing on that, because seemingly, allegedly, Steph London has been shading her for some time with, the whole Burna Boy issue. And then she sang now on the new rhythm, I think the Dirty Money rhythm, and it seems to be making reference to her, but she didn't call her name. But what Jada did was tag her and be like, sis, what is this about? Are you referring to me? Or do we need to talk about this? This throwing of shade. If you're man or woman enough, stand on business. Say what you mean and mean what you say. But some of y'all have mastered the art of shade throwing. But when you see the person in real life, crickets, ghost mode. Stand on business. How you feel behind a computer, a keyboard, your smartphone is how you should feel in real life. So if Cat Williams didn't do anything for you, well, it certainly did something for me, which is stand on business. Because I saw someone said this morning, and I'm like, you're right. You're not going to address any and everything, because not everybody deserves your attention and your energy. But she said, you know what? I maintain the title of villain in stories as I intentionally forfeit opportunities to share my version. 2024 is not just a calendar change for me. It's my year where I'll be bold and brave. This phase is called the glow stick effect. I had to be broken to shine brighter. 2023 did that, and 2024 will do just that. I like that. It's called the glow stick effect. Stop hiding behind shadows and pelting stones. Step into the light and throw your. Let's see who's throwing the stone. Enough of the fakeness, the fake profiles, the this, that, and the other. Stand on business. Say what you mean what you say. It's simple. But y'all ain't about that in real life. Thank God for Mark Zuckerberg. Thank God for Facebook and Twitter and IG and all the other social media apps that makes people feel brave. Say what you mean what you say. Speaking of which, last Friday there was a press briefing of sorts, and our Prime Minister rolled out new portfolios, some changes were made, and some new ones were added to the list. Now, people are entitled, they're free to support whoever they want, whenever they want, whatever ideology, whatever political party, whatever. You're free to do just that. But you know what really bothered me? Is to see the way grown people and people you thought had an iota of common sense and thought you had something about them. You know, you looked at them like, you have something about you, something that's worth looking at twice. And for those of you who know me and have been following me for a long time knows how passionate I am about mental health. And it's something I've always preached about, the need for us to become serious about it. Mental health is like a joke on this rock. Mental health, depression, etc. It's not taken seriously at all. And imagine listening to that press conference and being elated that now we have a minister that is solely responsible for mental health and wellness and religious affairs, with a special focus on the Mungay Psychiatric Hospital. It's a place we've always heard some horror stories about. More needs to be done, the conditions, etc., needs to be improved. And to me, if I've never applauded the Honorable Prime Minister before, I'll certainly be brave and bold to take a stand and do it now. Because to me, this was a long time coming. Mental health cannot be just shoved under Ministry of Health or just tucked in a corner. It is something that requires attention. It should be of paramount importance because the health of your nation is your wealth. And if everybody's walking around depressed, jacked up, having mental issues. But what really disgusted me was to see some of the memes and some of the things some of you are saying about the person appointed as the minister. The lady has never ducked or hide from her own issues and her family having mental health issues, someone in her family. And I always say somebody who has an experience in something is sometimes the best person to understand that thing because you've witnessed it, you've lived with it, you understand it. So it puts you in a better position because when you go for a job, what they ask you for before they even ask to see your qualifications, are you experienced? Where have you worked before? What do you know about this field? And in the name of politics, to see some of the things that some of you had to say, all for a few laughs and a few likes, says more about your mental capacity than the person. Because if you're of sound mind, you're okay upstairs, and you think it's funny to make fun of somebody who has admitted to having mental illness in their family and suffering from depression, etc. themselves. For you to be sane, of sound mind, everything is above board, and you're making fun of something like that, says more about your mental health than the person you're speaking of. Because when you know better, you do better. And when I checked some of you sharing it, and some of you who were laughing and finding that funny, I'm like, wow. This transformation thing needs a lot of work because it's not reaching a lot of people. Because if your mindset is the same and you're not willing to transform your mindset, you can still support who you support, but still have some compassion and still have some common sense to work with what you have. That's not going to take away from you supporting a person. It's like, okay, I don't support you, so I'm going to do everything to discredit you. Why do we always think we can walk our lives but want to run another person? There's nobody who would like to be told what to do and how you should do it and when you should do it. Everybody has a right to make their own decisions, and do things that benefits them or what they're comfortable with. It's not my place or your place to tell somebody they should stay and, you know, support this person forever and ever, amen. Or like, that is your personal choice. If you decide to do that, that's on you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is just your choice. If somebody decides, hey, this no longer serves me, I prefer to go where I feel appreciated, where I think I can be or I can serve. Why the need to attack the person for their choice? Don't you sometimes go to a job and you find, okay, this job doesn't align with who I am and I don't like it, I'm not comfortable here, I'm going to leave and find something else? What's the difference? What is this forever and ever amen that y'all get attached to things and people and can't detach and can't say, okay, our time has come to pathways, and that goes for friendships, relationships, whatever. The season has ended. I wish you well. I move on. Why can't we do the same for people? Delroy says there's no outward transformation without inward transformation. One cannot transform others without being transformed themselves. Be the change you want to see. And that's important. That's my point exactly. We can't keep talking it when we're not seeing it, because I'm sure a lot of us have social media and you see what happens on a daily basis. There's no need to be disrespectful of somebody else's choice that don't align with yours. You can still support whoever you want to support without feeling the need to malign and make fun of. Mental health is not something to make fun of. It's like we don't understand time and place. There's a time and place for everything under the sun. There are some things you can make meme of, and I'll certainly see some of them and be like, yeah, that's funny, and laugh. Like the other one y'all may have with the 72 degrees, making reference to the other minister. You could see some humor in that. But I don't get the humor in, I don't get it. I just don't. I don't see what's funny about laughing at something relating to mental health. There's a very thin line between sanity and insanity. You could be very good today, and all it takes is this snap of a finger, this. It doesn't take much. There's a very, very, very thin line between sanity and insanity. It's almost bordering. You could be here and you could be on the other side, or you could be both. So sometimes we just have to check. We don't necessarily have to follow the leader every day. We don't have to, because you see, that is where, I'm so grateful for the minute circle that I have. Because all some of you know how to do is follow the leader. We have one person who thinks they're a comedian, and all of a sudden everybody joins and everybody thinks they're funny. And nobody stops and say, hey, we're cool, right? But I don't think this is funny. Because when you check the profiles and see some of the grown folks who are actually finding this funny, like why? Like, is that necessary? What does that do for you? Okay, you get 2 likes, you get 2 shares, all right. What changes really for you? Well, the person that you're making fun of, they're obviously elevating. They've gotten a whole portfolio to take charge of. And you here throwing pebbles for laughs for free. Make it make sense. And it's not because you're looking for likes, because I've graduated from, I could give 2 hoots whether you like me or don't like me. It doesn't pay my bill at the end of the day. As long as my boss likes me and pays me on time, we good. Which I've never had a problem with. Never. Always on time. So I'm not in the market for new friends or for new likes or whatever the case might be. It's not, some things need to be said and you say it. You have to stand for something at some point. And if you are friends with somebody and you can't call them out and say, hey, John, nah, that's not funny. Or Jackie, that's not funny. And it's like you're afraid to lose the friendship, so you have to toe the line. You have to be in agreement with everything said. Even if you don't feel it, you're not happy with what's being said, you do it because you don't want to lose favor in the person's eyes. It's not necessary. Crony, what if they want you to talk about my nice pink bodies? Body salon. Thanks for lightening the mood. No, but seriously, not everything is to be made a joke of. There are some things we can leave as is. At some point, we have to be adults. At some point, we have to be like take responsibility. There's nothing wrong with it. As we grow, we learn. Things we used to do before, we don't necessarily have to do them again. Things we did last year, we don't necessarily have to do it this year. Why are your followers and friends not telling you, hey, that's not a good look, don't do that? Irrespective of how you feel about the lady. You can't like everybody. You may not like... Everybody don't like me? What am I supposed to do? Walk around the town crying? No. I don't like everybody. What do? I keep it pushing. But it's like some people are just stuck in this follow the leader mode, and if I deviate from it, I have a problem. How do you follow something so blindly and can't stand on your 2 feet and use your mouth, the only one God gave you, and say, no, that's not right, or that is wrong? What is wrong with doing that? Do you get rewards for agreeing with everything? And you see grown men sitting down and discussing a woman. Like what's wrong with y'all, man? Like grown men sitting down talking about a woman and she's this and she's that and she... Like, these days it's hard to know the difference. Like, where are the men who used to be protectors of women, who supported women and lifted women up? Sitting there talking about a woman like... Yo. Are we far gone? Can we like make changes, or is it too late? Is it too late, guys? Are we too far down the rabbit hole to come back up?
Very good conversation, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. Are we too far down the rabbit hole to come back? Is it too late? Are we too... Has the poor political thing gotten this bad that it's too late to turn back? It's too late to support when it's necessary, critique when it's necessary, compliment when it's necessary? Are we too far gone? Is it an exercise in futility? Do you guys think that we can do better, or it's too late for that? Can we fix this? Can we start lifting each other up more? Or is it too late for that? Is it not going to happen ever? You don't think there's ever going to be a change? We'll ever be able to get back to that place? Or it's too late for that? But whatever it is, I'm still going to talk about it. And I maintain that mental health is not something to joke with. It could be If it's not you, it could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be your sibling, it could be your child, children. You never know. So when you're making fun of somebody, you never know. Because it doesn't take much for a person to snap. Circumstances, things can happen that can trigger you. There are people who battle depression silently. And I would think it would be amazing if we could applaud the government for seeing the need to have a minister that's responsible for mental health. You walk around town and you see so many young people. You see so many young people with suffering from mental health problems. Just take a walk around town. I'm sure we all know of somebody who has mental health issues you see in your community. So why wouldn't we need somebody to take care of that, who knows about it, who understands it? Lady has never had an episode of running around her village with cutlass or something, or attacking people. She spoke on it. You're aware that she has that in her family, so she's in a good position to speak on it. Because she understands it. She's lived with it most of her life. So it's fitting to put somebody who understands something, because when you come from a place of understanding, you have more empathy and you're able to work better with what you know. Mental health and wellness should be at the top of our list of things that are important. It's even more important than the tourism that we put all the attention on. Because if your people aren't okay mentally, then you have a problem. What are visitors coming to see? People who will be cursing them out, people walking up and down the street homeless, people in bins all over the place, digging in rubbish bins, people attacking them. It is important. And it's full time something was done in that regard to highlight the importance of it. And like I said, the Monge Psychiatric Hospital, is something we always hear sad stories about, the conditions and the need to improve. We've heard family members talking about it. The conditions aren't kosher, but the folks there work with what they have. J.J. Charles says, and they're the same ones who wonder why people prefer committing suicide than trusting others with their business. Exactly. Because some people feel like there's no safe place. It was just 2 weeks ago, we had a young man, according to the Jamaicans, unaliving himself about 2 weeks ago. And based on what I got, reports are that he's someone who suffered from, had mental health issues. We all go through stuff. What makes us different is that some people, they have the strong will, they can deal with it better than others. There are some people who are able to pull through and get their depression, etc., under control, and there are others who, just put it this way, there are others who are stronger. There are some who are stronger, and that is, a given, stronger than others. But at the end of the day, I think it is very necessary to have someone responsible solely for mental health and wellness. And I think this is something that should be applauded. The health and mental well-being of our people should be of paramount importance, not something on the side, not something you just chuck in, but it should be of paramount importance. And I, for one, am very happy that it's given that importance. If we prefer to play in the mud and fling mud than see, okay, this can be beneficial to our people, or rather throw mud at people's face, then by all means do you. By all means do you, if you think that's more important than understanding, hey, this is important. If you prefer to play in the mud and fling stones, that's, hey, nobody can tell you differently. Like I said, you can support whoever you support or whatever you support without having to go down that road. It's not necessary. All right? And on that note, I guess you all prefer to listen to me. And according to, again, I quote the great Cat Williams, anything that takes your free will is the devil. If you feel compelled to attack because you're pushed, or whatever the case might be, then just know anything that takes your free will is the devil. Let's all try and be kind to each other. On that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll get into it again. Yeah, on Mondays we're going to do this Talk Truth Mondays. We're going to break it up somewhat and make it more than just who's taking who and who leave who and who on who. All right? Have a great day, everybody. Stay lifted. If you're out in the cold country, stay warm. And if you're here, it's raining, don't forget your umbrellas, stay dry. And do have yourselves a productive Monday. Thank you so much to our friends at Western Union and Beacon Insurance for making today's program possible.